Order, order. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Innovation Showcase. The Committee for Science, Innovation and Technology is really keen to understand how the UK supports innovators and also what more can be done. And so to inform our work, each member of the committee takes turns to select an innovator to share their story before our main evidence session. And this week's innovator is presented by Adam. Adam, over to you.
Thanks, Chair. It's lovely to be here, and it's a very great pleasure of mine to welcome Professor Svetan Ratchev. So Svetan is the Director of the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, amongst many other things. My job prior to the election was I worked at the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, first as a PhD student, then as a research fellow, and then a senior research fellow. Wow. So Svetan and I have interacted many, many times over the years, and he worked very closely with my former boss, Professor Richard Leach, when he was at the university as well. So it's a great pleasure to invite Svetan here today to talk about some of the fantastic work that they're doing at the University of Nottingham. And of course, Svetan has various other roles in the Manufacturing Technology Centre, part of the High Value Manufacturing Catapult, and lots of other things. Over to you, Svetan.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you, committee, for inviting me. I'm Director of the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing at the University of Nottingham, which is a center with more than 400 academics, researchers, and PhD students, predominantly working on developing world-class skills and manufacturing technologies, and really facilitating their implementation in industry. At the moment, we have more than 90 million of externally funded research programs, and we're very proud to count the member of Aerowash as one of our distinguished alumni. So we have a variety of different research topics where we have world-class centers. What I'm going to talk today about is one part of our center activities, and this is about developing the industrial infrastructure for the future. Where we're focused is really looking at how we develop highly agile, connected factories and supply chains, with ability to cost-effectively respond to changes in supply and demand, and also being able to integrate the latest digital technologies, artificial intelligence, and data analytics to dramatically improve productivity, resilience, and sustainability. And in the same time, we're looking at new behavior of future factories in terms of how they can adapt, repurpose, reuse available production capabilities. And considering the current geopolitical environment, we feel this is critically important for our industry to be able to deliver that. So in essence, we're working on transforming the UK manufacturing sector into highly agile, responsive, and very competitive environment. So in terms of end users, predominantly we work with aerospace and defense, automotive, and food and beverages as key industrial sectors in the UK, but also we support a variety of SMEs which form the supply chains, and here the emphasis is how we can develop the supply chains to be more localized, more secure, and more greener. And also we're looking at the wider impact in terms of industrial impact based on improved productivity, competitiveness, and sustainability, but also looking at the social and economic impact, because strong manufacturing delivers more cohesive local communities, and also it delivers prosperity. And that's why these are critically important technologies for us. So how we achieve that? We very much focus on how we can bring basic research and applications together and deliver this accelerated implementation of new technologies in industry. And some examples of currently funded programs that support our activities is the Made Smarter Center for Connected Morphing Factories, which I lead, which is joint activity between Nottingham, Cambridge, and Sheffield universities. A large program on defining new manufacturing concepts like elastic manufacturing systems that can have elasticity in responding to market demand. This is a joint activity with Cambridge, and also we have a variety of industrially funded programs. So all these activities are epitomized by a facility which we call the Omnifactory, which has been very popular in our community now. It is an investment of 3.8 million by Industrial Strategy Challenge Fund. And in effect, we've created this large model factory, which is a national technology demonstrator, and it is unique without a parallel in the world. So what the Omnifactory does in terms of key facets is a blueprint for the infrastructure of the future, which provides automated processes using the latest AI, data analytics, and robotics technologies, can be configured and repurposed to deliver different products within the same environment, and where manufacturing knowledge can be captured, reused, and monetized, and we define it as in the form of manufacturing hubs. It also allows us to completely integrate the product lifecycle from product requirements, design, defining manufacturing facilities, supply chain, reuse, and remanufacture in a common digitally integrated environment. And that delivers a variety of different benefits, and our technology solutions have been implemented by a number of major OEMs, including large aerospace and defense companies, Airbus, BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, GKN, Nestle, BMW. We also work very closely with Siemens in terms of applying some of their technologies and products. A very important function of the Omnifactory is also promoting engineering to future generations. So we work with local schools to bring them in and show them how manufacturing is going to look in the future, and change the perception of manufacturing from something which is not very popular to something which is really exciting for future generations. And in terms of how the political environment and government can support the research and innovation, I feel there are several elements to that. One is we need to create true innovation ecosystem by better linking basic research, applied research, and industrial implementation. We need to maximize innovation and all the commercial, societal, and economic impact of research by linking them together and accelerating some excellent research into industrial applications. We're still not very good at that in terms of integrated funding landscape and support for applications. One good example is the Made Smarter initiative. In the Made Smarter initiatives, we had almost 50% basic research, 45% applied research, and about 5% of the funding for engagement and promotion of engineering. And I feel that's critically important. And finally, we need to improve the support for SMEs, because SMEs are critical, supply chains are critical for delivering manufacturing. Okay. And being in this wonderful house, I want to finish with a letter from Matthew Bolton to James Watt from 1762, when he said, "I presume that your engine would require money, very accurate workmanship, and extensive correspondence. And it would not be worth my while to make it for 3 counties only, but I find it well worth my while to make it for the whole world."
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Professor Svetan Ratchev. That is a really fascinating and interesting summary of the work that you're doing, some of the history behind it, and just let me say, really relevant to particularly to our innovation growth in the regions inquiry, where we heard evidence of the importance of driving productivity into the industrial environment across our country, and that's the work that you're doing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adam. That was a fantastic presentation. Order.